Hello. So I'm back today after being asked just to give a brief overview of the table I've been working on. So I've made lots and lots and lots of terrain and I really enjoy it, but this has always been the overall goal, is to build myself a full, nice working table. The plan was to build myself a 4x4 table, so it's big enough to play 40k and Necromunda on. It's mainly developed into a Necromunda board because I've really fallen in love with the aesthetic in the world, and 40k at the minute, it's just not holding my attention like Necromunda is. It was supposed to be like a mining station with like a landing platform and drills and the cranes and things that you can kind of see dotted around, but it's more become sort of a general kind of colony, which I think I like more as it expands out the options for cool looking terrain, like as we go through the pipes, the screens, the Smellotron, as I like to call it, which I've also incorporated in. It's become more of a multi-purpose kind of Lego kit, for want of a better word. It's going to be highly customizable and highly interchangeable depending on, what I'm playing and what I'm doing. So I hope you like what you're about to see, and you can have a look at everything in situ and working how it's supposed to be, and hopefully you get some idea from the method behind my madness. So we'll start with the two at the front, just front left, looking at the first smoking tower. So this is one of kind of the first attempts I did to try and add a bit of life to the board. You've got these big industrial vents, and I thought, why not try and have some steamy smoke coming out of it. I really like how these turned out, and I've also done like an ash waste version, which I'll push a link to in the bottom. It takes you through the full steps of how I did it and how to do it yourself, and I'm really pleased with this little effect. I think it adds a lot to the board, and just like I say, it adds that a lot more feel of life and motion. Moving a little more towards the centre, you can see in the top left the plasma regulators that I adapted, and the hematron reactor as well. I put the EL wires in. Again, I've done a little video on how to do all this really simple and easy. Not for the reactors, that's a bit more complex. But again, I just wanted this sense of life and feeling on the board, and this is a way to get that power hum going through everything, like something is on and it's ready to go. You'll notice in the centre, the first of the audio boards I've made. I do intend to make a few more of these, not necessarily with terrain on, just like a little platform that's flat enough you can just run over. I don't want anything that I put in with the reed switches on to be game affecting, that you'll go and stand on this point rather than take the tactical advantage, if that makes sense. I want it to be an addition rather than a distraction from the game. But having said that, I really like these little soundboards, and there's going to be a lot more, trust me. So now, even further around from the first point we're looking at it, one of the biggest terrain bits that I've made of this board is the depth tile with the UV lights and the glowing mushrooms on them. I thought it was incredibly cool at the time to do UV lights, and I still think it is. It adds a nice little pop, even when the lights are on full. It looks even better in the dark. You can put paths and bridges over it to make it more accessible and cross, but it makes a big natural obstacle on the table, something that you have to work tactically around to get to your objective. So I really like this one too. Also to mention as well, the drill, as I said, it was meant to be a mining board to start with, but this due to change quite a bit. I really like that as a kit, and I really do need to get it painted up. I've had it for a couple of years by this point, but I will get there eventually. So going left from there in this build is two of the more over-the-top pieces that I've made. Completely unnecessary, never needed anything like this, but I think they're really cool, and I just love them. I can't say more than that. So on the left there, we've got the LED watch screen that shows off the posters and animations, and then the big yellow thing in front of you is the Smellotron, which when a model stands on the chevrons just in front, will then pump out the choice of your smell, which is hidden inside. Again, completely unnecessary, but I think that's dead cool, and I do intend on making another one of the Smellotrons to put at the opposite corner of the board, so you can have like sort of dueling smells if the character does step on that square. So going up from here, we have what you could call the big daddy of the board, the Motorized iris tile. Arguably the piece that made me start thinking, I could add a bit more life to this board with lights and motion and so on. Still one of the favourite things I did. You can use it in two ways. You can either hide something underneath it and it's revealed when the character stands on the square and you push the button. or you use it either open or closed. Closed, it'll quite happily take the weight of a model, so it won't fall over, and open, you have to work around it again. Or you could use a combination of the two and have it open halfway through a game and block off, you know, a particular entrance. So again, like the other things on my board, I have done a video on how I made one of these. It is the first video I did, so it's quite rough around the edges compared to some of the later ones that I've done, but it still works the same, and it's still just impressive to look at when I put it out, so please check that one out. So in the corner you probably spotted the LED sign, complete with Aquila, which took me ages to make, but it is in fact an LED name badge. You can get them now, mainly Bluetooth ones, which are a lot more easy to work with. They could be picked up for maybe £5-6 at the minute. If you want something quick and simple to do, grab one of those and you can customise it to your heart's content. So with that sign, that sort of brings us almost full circle with the board. You've got the standard sort of Sector Mechanicus scenery for the platforms and walkways. You can see I still have to paint the crane and the railings that go on them. Scattered around in between the rest of this, there's a few crates, containers, barrels, that kind of thing, just for some light cover. But you might notice in the top right hand corner there's one piece which is noticeably lighter than the rest, and that's because this is the next thing that I'm working on. So you may have seen that I've already posted a short on the reed switches that I've put into the Prometheum containers. This is going to be like a refueling station for vehicles, so you can use it in ash waste as well, as it's not going to be based on anything in particular, but it's going to have a real garagey feel. There's going to be pipes and hoses and barrels and things just sort of scattered around in a big sign on top, to make it clear that it's a kind of a grease monkey garage. Hopefully you get this knocked out in the next couple of months, and then I think that'll be about it for a 3x3. So not only is this my next project, but then the next idea is the expansion of the board. So I'm going to aim to go for the 4x4. So I've got enough of the wooden tiles to be able to do this, that I base all the 12x12s on. So I just need to pick up some more of the Dormitalis tiles and just start work. Where we go from here, I don't know, but trust me, there is going to be a lot more. So as always, I hope you like this little tour. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and if you've got any questions or queries, just drop a message below, and I will see you next time.